You know, if you're thinking about a pool for your backyard sometime in the coming year, you're no doubt asking yourself what type of pool you should get. You're wondering what the differences are between vinyl liner, fiberglass, gunite. Well, today, St. Louis, we're going to compare those three types of pools across 4 different categories. The first one being speed of installation. The second being the swim experience. The third category is going to be ease of maintenance. And the fourth, lifetime ownership costs. And for today's conversation, lifetime ownership is going to be a period of 10 years. Let's get into it, St. Louis. All right, let's take a look at the first category, shall we? So, speed of installation. Let's start with gunite pools. You can expect a gunite pool to take 3 to 6 months to install in your backyard. Now, before I jump to fiberglass or vinyl liner, the real question here is how long can you tolerate your yard being in, well, total disarray? So, 3 to 6 months to put a gunite pool in the ground. Let's talk about vinyl liner pools. How long is that going to take? Well, a vinyl liner pool you can expect to take 3 to 5 weeks. Fiberglass is the fastest type of pool to install, hands down. You can expect it to take 2 to 4 weeks. Fiberglass is still the winner of this category and will hands down be the fastest type of pool to install. Now, let's talk about the swim experience. Now, I'm not talking about how refreshing the water is going to be. What we're talking about here is what is it like for your body to come in contact and interact with the pool itself. The winner here is actually a tie between fiberglass and vinyl liner pools. You see, both of them have an incredibly smooth finish, which is quite pleasant to walk on, to bump up against. So imagine playing volleyball and those sorts of things and you bump into the wall. With a vinyl liner or fiberglass pool, no problem whatsoever. You're going to enjoy the whole experience. Comes to a gunite pool, however, you can expect abrasions to occur. So think scraped elbows or knees or pool toe at the beginning of summer for the little ones. And I myself have even scratched the face of my watch on a gunite pool. So, swim experience, the tie goes to fiberglass and vinyl liner pools. Now, let's talk about ease of maintenance because you don't want to spend all of your time working on the pool, right? So this is a big point of consideration. The question is, how much time are you going to be spending on each type of pool to maintain it, and which one is going to be the easiest overall? You can expect a fiberglass pool, in this case, to be the easiest, hands down, to maintain. Now, why is that? Why does it beat vinyl liner and gunite? Well, the gel coat finish makes it incredibly easy to maintain because it's, well, incredibly smooth and durable. So when it comes to an algae bloom, and as a pool owner, you are guaranteed to have one at some point, no pool is ever going to be algae free, you can expect to be able to render the situation, fix it very, very quickly when it comes to fiberglass pools. Just flat out easy to clean up. When it comes to a vinyl liner pool, that would come in second in terms of ease of maintenance, and that's because it has a smooth finish, but the seams where the liner comes together can tend to be a starting point for algae to begin to grow. Lastly, you should know that with a vinyl liner pool, you've got to pay a little more diligent attention to the chemistry in your pool so that you don't adversely affect that liner, leading to having to replace it prematurely. With a gunite pool, you can expect this one to take the longest or having to spend the most time on it in terms of maintenance. The surface finish is incredibly porous and not very smooth, and therefore can be the easiest place for algae to begin to take hold and grow in your pool. So again, the winner here is definitely going to be fiberglass pools in terms of ease of maintenance. The last category is going to be lifetime ownership costs. Now again, remember we're talking about a 10-year period of time. So let's take a look at gunite pools to start that off with. A gunite pool, you can expect to have to refinish or resurface that pool starting at about the 10-year mark. It's not to say you have to refinish it at 10 years or that the finish is going to fail at that point, but typically what we've seen over 20 years in the industry is that that is the point at which surfaces on a gunite pool begin to fail. So you need to at least plan to have that work done at about the 10-year mark. This is something's out of whack here. But it could happen anywhere from 10 to 15 years, and so at that 10-year mark, you should plan to have your pool resurfaced. What's the cost? You should plan on about $10,000, and that does not include the cost to refill with water or replenish your chemicals. When it comes to vinyl liner pools, you can expect, and again, this is what we have seen over 20 years in the industry, but you can expect to have to replace that liner at about the 5 to 9 year mark. So let's just call it 7 years. So at 7 years, you're going to have to replace that liner to the cost of $4,500 typically. Again, that does not include the cost for refilling with water or replenishing your chemicals. As for a fiberglass pool, the great benefit here is that, well, it has a gel coat finish as the surface. And the gel coat is incredibly durable and long lasting, and, well, it doesn't ever have to be refinished. So my friends, your ownership cost over a 10-year period is going to be far, far lower with a fiberglass pool compared to vinyl liner or with gunite. And check it out. Hey, a catenary. You guys are familiar with this, aren't you? You ever been to the top of the St. Louis Arch?
No.
Well, the view is fantastic, but it's a lot like riding in a washing machine. Wouldn't you guys agree? All right, St. Louis, well, you now have all the information you need, I hope, to make a well-informed decision about what type of pool you need for your backyard. I'm Christian with River Pools. We'll see you in a future video. Catch the wave.